I'm Mallory, and I'm doing my project on personal privacy versus protection of national security. With a society that is growing alongside technology, I find this topic relevant and important. The greatest part of living in the United States is that we have freedom, but that freedom comes at a price. That being that our phone data, hard drives, and other technological devices' data can be intercepted by the government. So I believe that the need to protect national security is far more important than individual privacy. My first point is national security. In a building in Washington, D.C., a group of government technicians are downloading massive amounts of data from phones, hard drives, and other devices, providing a huge boost to the U.S. intelligence community as it hurts terrorists. The data they collect from these phones can come from inside the U.S., as well as overseas in countries such as Iraq and Syria, where ISIS is very prominent. We have recovered data from phones and computers that these groups use and have used it to try to control these groups and protect the United States. Smartphones have helped terror organizations grow and communicate. Now, thankfully, they're contributing to their downfall. Why we need surveillance in the Boston Marathon bombing. As long as we're online, we can be tracked at all times. So, is this the right thing for the government to do? Well, according to the Constitution of the United States, the government has the right to promote the general welfare of its citizens. Sometimes that protection is in the form of tracking our online data. Recall the Boston bombing marathon. For example, the two bombers allegedly used the internet to research how to create the explosives. What if the government had access to view their internet history and saw such suspicious activity? Maybe then 3 people wouldn't have died, one of those being an 8-year-old boy. 16 people wouldn't have become amputees, the youngest being a 7-year-old girl, and maybe 260 people wouldn't have been injured and or permanently disabled. Something as simple as viewing search histories of civilians could save us from a great amount of lost lives. My third point is online privacy and the benefits to individual surveillance. Different rules apply to the government and its citizens in times of war, and we are technically currently in the midst of a war on terror. To reduce the chances of terrorists entering America, some loss of privacy and tighter security measures are required. It is true that these tactics affect the innocent as well as the guilty, but when the incredibly hard to detect quote-unquote lone wolf terrorist is the person they are trying to catch, casting a wider net via internet surveillance makes for a much more effective security measure. This chart on the right shows that the closer you are to our generation, I'm 20 years old right now, the more you think the government is tracking your calls and emails. While people are concerned about this, I think this is a necessary measure to take while protecting the United States. So my counter argument is, while I understand that this security that we all want comes with a price, that being the government can see and monitor everything we do on our electronic devices, the trade-off of national security is definitely worth it. I do not think that the government is interested in me researching about, like a species of animal in my zoology class. They don't care about that. They're trying to catch the bad guys. They're not trying to do it just to make fun of you. In conclusion, everyone has the right to not have their life controlled by the government, but the government has the right to make sure that citizens are not doing anything to threaten the security of the nation. So, I believe that the need to protect national security is far more important than individual security. Thank you.